Eco-friendly.
Carbon emission.
Green technologies.
One word that comes to mind: opportunity.
Taking action.
Readiness.
Sécurité alimentaire.
Adaptation.
As a tech leader, climate change to me means creating innovative technological solutions that causes no or less harm to the environment. Think about data centers, e-mobility, empowering all of these data centers with renewable energy. Also think about creating all of our electronic insulators with eco-friendly plastics. That way we'd have less electronic waste to worry about.
We all know the effect of climate change, which ranges from drought, flooding, and intensive water levels rising. Climate change is an issue that is affecting us all. Personally, I could say I'm affected. Out of the 36 states in Nigeria, 32 of them are affected this year with flood, which is a direct effect of climate change. As one of the mitigation actions for this effect, I'm working on analyzing farmlands that need to be irrigated in order to counter this drought.
To me, the idea of climate change gets me thinking about the effects of technological advancements on the planet. Some of the many efforts to bring development to society has resulted in an increase in temperature on the globe. Technologies like greenhouses and electric vehicles are slowly cutting down on carbon emissions. That is why I believe it is a challenge for tech leaders to promote the use of renewable energy systems and energy storage for a better future.
Africa is an exposed and vulnerable continent for climate change and its impacts. As the frontliners in the tech and digital transformation of Africa, it's our responsibilities to commit to transitioning to green technologies and having climate change mitigations and adaptation measures as the benchmarks for our innovation ideas.
On our part, we need to improve data availability in Africa. Many of the climate modeling and energy demand forecasts done today make wrong assumptions about Africa and Africans because the data simply does not exist. We need to improve local competencies in this area so that we can actively engage in these discussions and create prosperity for all. I think it's important to reiterate some of the unique African problems as the world tries to chart a path towards a net zero future. We are going to be the largest youth population in the world. We need abundant energy to power the massive expansion of industrial and commercial activities that will create prosperity for Africans. So it cannot be a case of one or the other. We need solutions that are truly inclusive for all.
Quand je pense aux effets négatifs du changement climatique en Afrique en 2022, je pense à la situation actuelle au Kenya, l'insécurité alimentaire causée par de longues périodes de sécheresse et qui affecte le plus les régions arides du Kenya. Pour diminuer ce genre de situation et faciliter l'accès à la nourriture pour les populations, parce que c'est quand même notre droit le plus basique, il faudrait qu'en tant que leader, nous puissions créer des solutions qui permettront de stocker les grains, par exemple, pour des situations, pour des périodes comme celle-ci, et qui permettront aussi d'avancer l'agriculture pour que ce genre de situation ne se répète pas et ne se propage pas partout en Afrique.
L'ingénierie informatique aujourd'hui est dominée par les solutions orientées données. Et dans la même veine, nous avons plus de solutions utilisant l'apprentissage machine ou l'apprentissage profond. Ces techniques demandent des systèmes qui sont implémentés suivant l'approche distribuée en utilisant des clusters de serveurs. Et ces serveurs-là ont une empreinte carbone qui nécessite d'être traitée par les ingénieurs, notamment ceux qui font la recherche, mais aussi les preneurs de décision. Dans notre approche d'étude des systèmes d'intelligence artificielle, nous devons aussi considérer l'aspect des impacts de ces solutions-là sur l'environnement, notamment l'empreinte carbone de ces solutions que nous mettons en production.
For developing countries, climate change is a complex problem that first consists of mitigating the consequences of a changing climate and then transitioning development pathways to low carbon growth. Tackling these two significant challenges together seems unrealistic, as some critics have heavily judged Nigeria's ambitious goals and pledges towards the global net zero race. As a tech leader in the power sector, I believe a nexus exists between feasible mitigation actions and modern energy development. We do not only need clean energy solutions to develop, but also to adapt to a hotter climate. I will advocate for decentralized clean energy solutions, switching to clean fuels for electricity generation, and above all, global policy reforms that allocate some kind of climate adaptation funds to developing countries from the developed world as compensation due to their heavy contributions to carbon emissions, which has led to climate change. This is what climate change means to me.